Yo, what's up, guys? NBA talk. Here with video of the night. I'm doing two videos. That's it for tonight. Because a lot of good games, but I'm just not in the mood just to put in a lot of games tonight. So I'm gonna narrate in to the Clippers game versus Thunder, which is later. But right now, I want to talk about the Detroit Pistons and the San Antonio Spurs game, which already ended. Um, a very good game in a certain way. Detroit Pistons put up a fight in the first half, and then got annihilated in the second half, which kind of not surprised me. Like, you're dealing with a top-notch Spurs, who are number one in defensive efficiency, so they're pretty much the best defensive team in the league. Even though they don't have much of a star power right now, having injuries going on, they don't have Boner. Uh, they don't have Ginobili. So that's all being said. Let's get into it. Detroit loses this match on 81-97 Spurs. Like I said, Detroit Pistons pretty much did a better job in the first half, but in the second half they just fell apart because that defense was strong from the San Antonio Spurs and just wear them down. Uh, let's see. Detroit Pistons shot 39% from the field overall. Um, they did not do good in the free throw line. That's another problem too. 56, which kind of doesn't make much sense, but at the same time it does because it's pretty much half and half. So let me get into it. Tobias Harris, who was recently acquired from Orlando in the trade deadline, he's been showing up. He shows up. Um, he seemed like a good fit, spreading the floor, doing mid jump shots. Not much for the 3 pointers, but mid shots, very good. He's very fast. He gets to the hole. I wish he does that more, so he could spread the floor more, so he could open up for Morris. 16 points for Tobias Harris. 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Marcus Morris also has 16 points and 2 3 pointers. Andre Drummond did not show up. He was mostly in foul trouble, so there's not much he can do. He had 9 points, 14 rebounds, a block shot, 1 out of 8 from the free throw line. Um, Coswell Pope didn't show up either. 1 out of 10, and that's pretty much it. Defensively, he did quite well, but offensively, he did not match up. Reggie Jackson didn't do good either. Shot 4 out of 13, only 11 points. Dang, it's just one of those nights. He don't show, and he usually shows up. Don't get me wrong, he usually shows up. It's just not his night. Uh, 25 points for the players overall coming off the bench. Um, Hopefully they could get Jody Meeks, but it looks like he won't be coming back this season. We probably have to wait until next season for him to come back, because they really need to build up that bench, because they didn't have Stanley Johnson, Tolliver, Joel Anthony to fill in for Drummond. They pretty much had rookies coming off the bench, except for Steve Blake. Uh, they made 15 turnovers compared to the San Antonio Spurs 8 turnovers. That's something to look at. So let's get into the Spurs now. The Spurs are just dominant. Only the very best can take them down. Kawhi Leonard, sustain, just fantastic. 27 points, 5 assists, 6 rebounds. He's turned into a very good star. A very good star. LaMarcus Aldridge, ever since the All Star break, has been coming back. He's coming in better. 23 points, 10 rebounds. Just phenomenal. Tim Duncan is starting to pick up the minutes. 12 points, 8 rebounds. He's just doing little things. He's not doing too much, and that's a good thing. So that way, when the playoffs come, he'll be rejuvenated. Um, 10 points from Tony Parker, and that's pretty much it. 0 points from Danny Green. He's gonna play himself off the bench if he doesn't step up. He plays good defense. That is his saving grace right now. He plays good defense. You have a couple players playing good overall, coming off the bench, like at least above 25 points, at least. So that's pretty much it. San Antonio Spurs remain undefeated, I believe. They are undefeated at home. They just marked their 51st win. They just clinched the playoffs. So pretty much the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs are the only team that have clinched the playoffs so far, because those teams are just unreachable right now. They are unreachable. They cannot be touched now. Um, it's just a good showing. This team is just constantly making the playoffs, constantly making 50 wins. I think they're fourth all time making 50 wins. So that's just shows this team has such a legacy with Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker, and those boys, and of course Popovich himself. So the Spurs face New Orleans tomorrow. Pistons face New York Knicks Saturday. I'm out. Peace.